Hello, this is the Journey to podcast, and I'm Shawn Zanotti. I believe life is about the journey, not the destination. To find the journey in every step of the road, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, it's in those moments that makes life so beautiful. Today, our guest is Afida Turner. She has a journey of her own. She is a singer, a songwriter, a producer, an international superstar. Down on my knees, lost the fight with something. What's up, a woman who has done it all and who is married to Ronnie Turner, who is the only son of Ike and Tina Turner. Thank you for being here today and joining me on this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I am very happy I talked to you. Couple of months ago, I was in Dubai. It was very difficult. I missed the flight because, the result of the COVID. But right now, we are here, and I'm very happy to be with you.
Thank you for traveling from Dubai to be here on this show today. You don't know how much that means to me.
They mean a lot to me, too, because we are neighbors. I live in Sweden. This is just amazing.
Tell us, what has COVID been like for you? I know you are still performing. You still have a huge career. How have you been adjusting to the COVID conditions during this time?
Well, I never adjust because I don't care about what they say. I know that things exist, but I cannot just, be at home and don't go to the gym, don't go to the studio and stay at home for 12 months. I was traveling. When it was the COVID in Los Angeles, I was in Miami, I was in Mexico, I was in Dubai. Cannot stay like that. It's not my destiny. It's not my karma. I have to go. I cannot just stay at home, don't do anything. I will go crazy. I love people. I like to recording, go to, do a lot of things. I cannot do that. So I was not in Los Angeles.
So was because of that and because of the conditions, did you have to kind of switch up your routine a bit?
Yes, I cannot stay in Los Angeles. First of all, there was no gym. I love to eat. I love to drink. And I love to cook for my friends. And the gym was closed. I cannot have that. So I stayed for a month, cooked for my friends and my family, and after that, I flew and I fly to to Mexico and Miami and Dubai, and I come back to Los Angeles when it reopened. Yeah.
What has COVID life taught you? What has this taught you?
Well, I think this stuff exists, but they exaggerate what they were doing when it was the Spanish gripe, we call that the gripe, the Spanish flu, and all the stuff back in the day. I mean, we will not never stop the world. This time they stopped the whole world. I mean, you have to be careful. You have to be tested. You have to get the vaccinations. But I just think it's just a thing to just destroy the whole economy. Mm-hmm. What was happening back in the day when there was no vaccinations? The war was still going on. It's just a totally crash. It is a politic. It's not well. It's not good. I think it was done to just destroy the whole economy. I did not say it doesn't exist because I miss and I lost friends about that. We have to do all be careful. But it's not the way to destroy California or my friends who have a restaurant, hairstylists, nails place. They live in a car. They live in a house. They have kids. Don't have nothing to eat. They are destroyed. Why? That was not necessary. What we was doing back in the day? There was so much pandemic back in the day. The king, the queen, the Spanish. I mean, we have so much epidemic in the world. Look in New York, it's destroyed. Look in Los Angeles. Miami was not that destroyed because, the governor, the Santos, have a lot of balls. And he's a friend of Donald Trump. So you don't want to destroy the all tourism and all that. You do a little bit, but back and on. But I know all my friends who have restaurants in Paris kill themselves. In Los Angeles, people live in the car with kids. It's very bad. That was not necessary. That was not necessary to destroy the whole country like that. That's what I'm thinking about COVID. That was meant to be to destroy the whole economy. It's politic.
Do you think that we'll be able to bounce back from this?
Yes, but it will take a lot of time. Next thing you know, when we go back on the knee, on the feet, they're going to find something else. It's not good. Really not good.
What do you do? How do you stay so positive during these times?
I believe in God. I'm very spiritual. I love people. I love everything I can, just change people's life or help them on the journey, on the day. Yesterday I wake up, it was somebody on my stairs. I say, "What you doing in here?" "Oh, I'm hungry. I don't know this guy." I was have a flight. That was 3 days ago. I have a flight to take. I go to my fridge. I take a bag. I put everything I can. Just put it in a bag and I give it to him. I don't know him. I wish everybody can do that. You have to help people. Stop to be selfish. You have to help people. Period.
I know you come from very humble beginnings. Do you care to share your journey, how you started, how you got into show business? I mean, I know you created the way for yourself. You are a go-getter. You are a strong woman. And I think for women that are out there that may think, how did she do this? Can you explain what the journey is like? How it's so many highs, but it's also many lows, and it's literally a roller coaster, if you will, as we go through this journey of what we call life and stardom and fame and a career.
Yes, I was very young. I was 2 years old when my father. I mean, I don't want to talk about that. When the tragedy happens in my life, I don't have no issue. I mean, excuse my French. It was very hard for me. I have to just fight for eat, to sleep, and go to school as a young lady, and after that as a teenager, and after that as a woman. So I think I was just very lucky. In my bad luck, I have good luck because God was always there. The angel was always there. And I had so much great time. And I meet so wonderful people in Paris, in Los Angeles, in New York. When I was still at the orphan, I was invited everywhere. I was 16 years old. So God was there. But to give an advice to all these young people, I don't know. I didn't have nothing, so I don't have nothing to lose. It was a hard time, but it's a good time now. Yeah.
Do you feel that the humble times, the hard times, made you more compassionate, if you will, for people that are trying to get there, or especially during these times of COVID, just like you gave the example? Do you think that it also has to do with your giving spirit, has a lot to do with the fact that you know what it's like? You really know what, you weren't spoon-fed.
Yes, absolutely. I think I can really understand all these people because I come from that. After I'm the mother and the father and, grew up with nothing. Not a dress. I didn't have no hair. My hair was shaved. I was dressed up like a man. I'm still very masculine. I didn't have anything. And, look at that. It's like a Walt Disney what happens to me. So maybe that's why I can relate it. Like when I wake up and I see this guy on the stair, oh my God. Then I give him all that. Yeah, because I was there probably. Yeah, but I think I'm not the only one. I think a lot of people come from the same journey and understand and just help people. Yeah.
Do you feel that that's your life purpose, to help?
Well, yes, look what happens to me. I didn't have anything. And, God changed my life and all my fans and the universe. It's just beautiful. But I'm not going to lie, it was very, very hard. Sometimes I was very depressed. I didn't have nothing to eat and I have no place to stay. I didn't have anything. It was very hard, but now I have almost the best, so it's pretty good.
Yes, now you do. That time, it's those moments. That moment I want to dive into a bit. When it was that moment where you're like, I don't have.
Now walking. Oh my God.
I don't have anything to eat.
I'm just gonna do it like that.
Okay. What did you journal? Did you, I don't know, exercise? Did you have a friend that you confided in?
When I was at the orphan?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if the world knows the story,
No,
or
yes,
if you're open
actually,
to sharing.
Yes, I was writing all my first song, Not That Kind, No Stay in Paradise. I was just write song. I was not a singer or rapper. I never knew I was doing that. I was just writing poesy. How you call that?
Poetry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's how the beginning. And after that, I was sitting close, and I was at the acting school, and people like my writing. That's how the beginning. Everything beginning was writing. It wasn't about a singer or rapper. Everything was a writing.
So you started with writing.
Yes.
And at that moment in life, things had happened, and you were living in you were in an orphanage at the time.
Yeah.
And then from the writing, how did your mindset change from writing to essentially, it's a superstar? Like, what was that process?
Oh, well, that was very complicated for the orphan. So after that, I have to get out of the orphan at 17 years old. I take a little train. I go to Paris in a little hotel and the gas stations, Gare du Nord. and beginning to have a job as a seller person, and being some people, meet some people like my writing, and they got me in the studio and I'm recording some song. But I was not a big singer, it was just like a little rapper or poet. But after that, I said, okay, she have a rocking voice, she have to do more screaming song. That's how the beginning, doing more pop, rock, and with a beat, hip hop beat back in the day in 2002. And after that, people like me and see me and put me on Fox TV with M6 Friends on the TV show. And I got a deal with Epic Sony Music because they see me on the table singing my song with no microphone. That's how the beginning. I was 23 years old. But I but the song was existing when I was 17, but nobody gave a fuck because I was not famous. But when they see on TV, they see me on TV, say, okay, oh, that's the girl. Everything changed. Yeah, fame is a bitch.
It's unreal, right?
Yeah.
There's good parts of it. There's also some bad parts of it. What are some of the bad parts, would you say, that people may not realize that you have to be a little bit more aware of when you are a celebrity?
The bad part is I trust a lot of people sometimes, and I open my door. People contact you on Instagram, want to be your coach, your friends, write you a new song, whatever, and you get them in your house, you have drink with them, you go to the gym with them, you think it's in your friends, and next thing you know, it's not good. They just contact you. You don't know these people. I open my heart, I open my life, and these people, I don't know these people, but these people, they know nice to me. They know real. And I say, oh my God, Afida, you have to stop to doing that. Why I let people come to my life? I'm too honest, I'm too nice. So now I decide to not let that much people come to my life. Because I let them come to my life, they contact me, we do stuff together. And next thing you know, they gansing me and abusing me. And I say, why I did that?
So you're right now. What you're working on is practicing you're tightening your circle.
I have to stop to do that. I open my door too much. I'm too nice. Yeah. Sometimes you can meet some nice people, but I just realized that I have to stop to trust people because I got very depressed and disappointed about people come in my life and rip my soul and take everything they can. And I was just trying to be a nice friend. I don't know these people.
So what do you do to protect yourself now? How do you do it?
Well, now it's getting more difficult. I was already very, looking for everything around me, but now more is going, more I trust people and I'm disappointed. I just like to just play with my little dog, cook for my friends, do nice things for the homeless people, help people, do my garden, and of course fly in Paris, do show on TV or whatever. But no, I have to stop to open the door for people just contacting me and destroying my soul. They're abusing me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful what you say to people, how you maneuver.
No, I mean, they just contact you on Instagram. They want to, give you box lessons. They want to give you, go to the studio, whatever. And you trust these people, let them come to your house and everything. And next thing you know, they're abusing you, and they're not right and they're not correct people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from a musical standpoint, what are you currently working on?
Well, right now everything changed, so I'm still writing song and recording song, but I did not do for 1 year and 3 months. I mean, with the COVID.
Yeah.
So right now, just doing, recording some music. That's about it.
Yeah. Coming into this family, being such a famous family, what was that like for you, or was there a transition that you had to go through once you did that?
No, it's no transitions. I was in the studio and Junior was the engineer. And it was just amazing. And, Ronnie Turner come to play the bass on French Kiss. And, that was nice. So they was very happy to work on my project, on my new album from Paris. That was a long time ago. That was in 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. You guys have been married a while. So I'm sure.
14 years, yeah.
Yeah. So there's tons of highs, lows, and everything in between, just like it is for anyone else's marriage, I'm sure. And then you add on to it who we're talking about. Were you ever, as you entered into this marriage, were you ever concerned about making sure you had to, dot your I's the right way and cross your T's the right way? Or were you kind of already, because you already had this career and you already were doing this, are you saying it really wasn't much of an adjustment?
Which kind of adjustment?
Adjustment to just being into another level of fame.
No. I was in the studio with Alex, and the engineer was Ag Junior. I was recording French Kiss, and the bass player was Ronnie Turner, and they come to play the bass, and the engineer I pay for. They was working on my album. It was like that, you know. And the way that I was thinking, there was very good musicians. Ag Junior is amazing. He's one of the best engineer. Actually, he have a Grammys for Ike Turner on the last album, Rhythm with the Blues. And Ronnie Turner, who played with Ike and Tina, one of the best bass player and an excellent rock producer. I was very happy to meet them. They work on my album. That was like that. I was not dating Ronnie Turner when he was working on my music. He was working for me, actually. I paid them. Yeah. And they did a wonderful job. And I love the all family. I love Ag Junior, the best engineer, and Ronnie's one of the best player and guitar player, and the beat was very rock. They're very good. They're very good, like the daddy. Yeah, that's true.
What's life like? What's life like for you guys now during in the midst of COVID? Do you guys gather all together? Do you kind of do FaceTimes? Can you share with the world how you guys are?
No, I don't do FaceTime. Like
Okay.
I say, I don't. All that COVID stuff. I was in Mexico. I was in Dubai.
How do you guys all stay in touch?
Well, I come in every 10 days.
Okay.
I fly back. I did not do that much show, but I still have to do guest appearance. I was in Miami and in Dubai, but I was not able to do a big concert. But I was still have to work and do a photo shoot and all that. I have to make a living, because I have a huge lifestyle. I like restaurant, dress, and wine and champagne. So, yeah. So I have to make some money here. Yeah, and actually, was really not happening in Los Angeles.
Last May, you announced that you were running for president of.
Oh, you know about that?
Yes, I did my research on you. The president of France,
Yeah.
and I was really impressed.
Yeah, me too.
You mentioned that you're running on a platform that's opposing police violence, which, as you know, has been on the forefront right now,
Yes.
and is really
Yes.
something that's passionate for me too on a
Yes.
personal level.
Yes.
If you were elected, you would be the first female and the first North African president of the Republic.
Yes.
And then in January, I saw that you then redrew your candidacy. What made you decide to do that? What led to your decision to then step back after you decided to
You know what?
move
I did
forward?
not have enough money.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right away. I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. I don't care. I mean, all the fans, oh my God, we want you to be a president. That's okay. So that was going very well. It was better than everybody on the statistic. But after that, who's gonna pay the campaign? Man, Donald will not pay for Donald Trump, Obama. Don't gonna pay for my Afida campaign. So I said, you know what? It's good, but I have to step it up. All the fans want me, because my public know I come from the street. I can do a lot of things. What happens with the guy from Mr. Floyd.
George Floyd.
Mr. Floyd.
Yes.
Yeah. That really devastated me. I was crying. It was horrible. I was very disappointed. And what I'm going to say right now is very crazy. I think if I will be at the moment when that happens, this guy will not lose his life. I will talk to that guy. You stop. You're going to kill him? You're going to jail? We have you on your video. You lost your wife and your family, and you're going to jail. Stop. Get out. Your knee on this guy. Can we just jump on this guy? Nobody move. Everybody was with the camera. The little girl was there. I'm sure if everybody said, look, explain him. But it was too much talking. Hey, bro, you're a bomb right now. This guy didn't understand that. We have to talking with God. Hey, look, you killed somebody right now. You lost your wife, your business, your job. You're going to jail. Get your knee out of the guy. Just jump on him. Nobody moved. It was very confused. I was very depressed. I was very devastated. And let's go talk about the guy about the saw. Because I did my research. Who calls somebody on the phone for a $20 bill? These people. I don't talk about, okay, this guy put his knee and killed the guy. why you called the police on this guy? Why you doing that? You come, I will take care of your destiny. You was not supposed to call the police on that. Everything beginning with the store, call the police on that black brother. Why they called the police on him over, I give you $20. Stop, don't do that. That was bad. Why you call the police? That beginning with that fucking son of a bitch called the police. Period. I was devastated. And people there with the camera, they was not strong enough to talk to the guy. Get your knee out. You're going to jail. You lost your wife, your kids. You killed the guy. And all jump on him. Nobody move. He does some bum shit. You don't understand that. White folks don't understand that. You have to talk with heart. I think it will be one or two people that will change that. Well, this guy is dead right now. I was devastated. Everything beginning with a phone call. That bastard from the fucking shop called the police over a $20 bills. And look what happens. Terrible.
So
I was still talk about patience right now. I'm not talking about that like that. I was devastated. It's crazy.
do you think that is it a done deal? I mean, I can see your passion as you're talking about this. Do you think that you may change your mind and decide to go forward with running for president?
No, I cannot do it right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you why.
Yeah.
First of all, when I see what's happening in the U.S. with, all that, I didn't have enough money to back me up after that. Then all the fans decide Afida is not going to be the president. It was very high. It was 28%. But, to the end, you have to get, money to do all that.
Yeah.
Then it happens. But it's okay, it's okay. I will still doing nice thing for, homeless people, orphan, and people I can help like I always do it. Before I was famous, before I was not. It's okay, But no, president not going to happen. No. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not just telling us that it's really a done deal. You're not going to go ahead and move forward later.
You know what? No.
Yeah.
No. And no next year's either.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do something from, the city and the, how you call that in US? Under city? No. It's a wall in US.
What was it?
On the people, I do a lot of stuff for the people in the street and honor city. No. Help me in English.
Help.
People in
Volunteering?
no more than that. It's called inner city.
Yes.
I help.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I come from. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I help people like that. But yeah, now they not do anything. I'm telling you the truth because what's happening in Los Angeles, I did not do anything right now. Go feed people and do that. But I think people have to help each other. Really, really help each other. Really, really. Yeah.
I think that's really what's come out of COVID for me too. Just watching, it's like it's a different ball game. This is not about what can you do for me, but what can you do for me? What can we do for each other? How can we help each other?
Yes.
And help each other grow.
Yes.
And I think
a lot of people do it though. A lot of people help each other. But after the COVID, it was a little bit more difficult. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was preparing for this show mentally, I thought about your mother-in-law, about Tina. And, she's known to so many as the queen of rock and roll. Your father-in-law, Ike, was a musician, one of the pioneers of music, of rock and roll music. Yeah. Her life, his life was all so very public. What was that like for you marrying into this family?
Well, I was a singer-songwriter, a TV star on my own. I was an orphan. I met Ronnie Turner when I was recording French Kiss, who was produced by Ike Turner Jr., who is Ike Turner's son, who's a hell of engineer. He have a Grammys on the Ike Turner last album. This family, I love them very much because we have the same energy. We coming from the bottom. And we always fight and always do everything on the own. That big glam studio. As an orphan, I can really relate to Ike Turner and Tina Turner because we have to work very hard. We was not produced by the father or the mother. We coming from the ground. And I think that's why, when I'm recording French Kiss, the engineer was Ike Jr., who is Ike Turner's son. Ronnie Turner come to play the bass. That's how they like to work on my project first before I was a wife. You know? Yeah, I love the family very well.
Were you nervous at all about stepping into the family and them being such a public family, such a big name to be marrying
No,
into?
because in the first time I did not know when I was in the studio recording French Kiss and they say Ag Junior gonna be the engineer. I say, Ag Junior. And after that I say Ronnie Turner gonna play the bass. What? And I said this wonderful tall guy with dreadlocks, looked like a football player. I said, what is the son of Ike and Tina? It's one of the best bass players in the world. I said, oh my God, that was crazy, you know? So yes, that was, but that was a long time ago. It was in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so from 2005 until now, so when you first got married and you're in the family, is there a process of just getting comfortable or just getting comfortable to the fame, the additional fame that comes along with the marriage?
What did you mean?
Was there anything that you had to do to kind of mentally get yourself prepared for what you were embarking on?
No, I don't have nothing to do. I was already Leslie. I was already signed with Epic Sonic. I have a #1 show in Paris. I was a host for Black Beauty in Europe for like back in the day. So no, they was just happy to see somebody from Europe and do something. And of course, this Ike Turner is a legend. That was nice to meet them, you know. But it was not like that. It was just, just wonderful spirit.
Speaking of Ike, what's out there publicly about him, especially Tina, the new documentary that has just been released on HBO Max. I watched that just preparing for this interview with you. And in that documentary, Tina spoke heavily about, she said, quote unquote, it just wasn't a good life. And that she described in detail how he would abuse her or do these things to her, but that she loved her family. She loved her children. What was his personality like? My condolences. I know that he has since passed away.
Yes.
But can you take the world into his world, into who
Okay,
Ike Turner is?
Ike was a wonderful guy. Ike was paying rent for people. I give people a break. Actually, he got Tina a break. I mean, everybody talk bad about Ike. But what Tina will do with Ike is the one who give him the beginning, the stage, the rolls, the stage, the wig, the hit. Ike was a wonderful guy. He was a genius. And Tina was also part of the success. That's what I have to say. I think this today is one of the best. I think Ike and Tina really the best in the history of rock and roll. And Ike is just, I mean, look what he did with the tree girl with the wig and the little dress and the Ike hat and everything. It's just brilliant guy, very much so.
When you hear stories or you hear her speak of these things, does that match the person, the Ike that you knew, or was the abuse and something that was more behind doors and you just don't, it's hard for you to even fathom him being that person?
Oh, well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not there to talk about, Ike and Tina Turner wedding. I love both of them. And I think my father-in-law, Ike Turner, is a genius and is the father of rock and roll. And he did a wonderful job on the song and the Ike hat and everything he did. Can you imagine to be a black guy at the time and organize all that by yourself? It's just brilliant. So I love them. I think they're just wonderful.
In the documentary, Tina spoke of when she found herself, when she got on that plane and she finally left and she found herself and how she kind of broke out and became this woman, the woman that we see right now.
Ike was a violent man when I met him.
What's that person like? What is it like to have such a strong person, icon, and see her go from that person to this person owning her strength, owning who she is?
Can you be more specific? What you mean?
When she in the documentary, she spoke of the fact that she used the quote that it was like living in death.
Yeah.
And that she knew that she needed to walk away. And so she mentioned that when she walked away, it was on the 4th of July, and she goes through this whole process, which I was just is mesmerized listening to. And then from there, it talks about how she then, went on, she started doing TV and doing press and became more of her.
Yeah.
That strength that comes along with a woman to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Did that do something for you to see her?
Oh, wait, I just think it's very powerful and, very courageous to be a woman and get out of these situations when everything is done, the music, the dancing, the booking, and just get out of that on your own. Of course, it takes a lot of gut and courage. And I love that. It's just amazing. Very courageous lady, absolutely. And I think she really deserves what she has. That's why she's such a... to me, the big more rock star in the world. I always loved James Brown. I'm a big fan of James Brown. And when I was a little girl, I was always see, before I was a Turner, then Tina was like, to me, a James Brown girl. James Brown, Tina Turner, to me, the best. And if you look, it's pretty much that.
From day one, was she always the loving mother-in-law to you, or was there a process that you had to go through to?
No, she's not that kind of lady. She do his own thing. I am Afida Turner as an orphan, no mother, no father. I never have nothing in my life, no dress, no food, no place. I do everything on my own. Maybe that's why I come to that family. It was not like that. Nobody never give me anything, and it's great because you have to learn on your own. You got to get on your own. Nobody gonna do nothing for you. Some people got the chance to be president for the father or the mother or whatever. It was not like that for me, So I always do everything on my own. Maybe that's why, I was related to Ike Turner. With the black guy making on his own time was very hard. And, segregations and racism and the black people was there, the white people was there. Look what this guy did in rock and roll history. Rockin' in '88, he write that song. It's just crazy. A guy from Mississippi. It's amazing. And look what Tina also did. He find her, but whatever. She have the strength also to do his own thing after him. But of course, the father and the architect about the old Turner is Ike. And I love my father-in-law very much and my mother-in-law. But without Ike, actually, that's my real name is Afida Turner, and I owned it from him to marry the son. So yeah, I respect that a lot. These people work very hard. Love it.
I want to wrap up the segment with a part of the show they were calling "Tell and Tell," which is a play on the word "show and tell." Is there something that you can tell us? It can be anything. Tell the world that they may not know about you. It can be, your workout routine, your morning, what you do every morning. It could be, your favorite meal.
Food. I love food.
Tell us so you're a foodie. So what's that like? What are your favorite meals that you can share with us and kind of take us in your world a bit?
Well, I do love to eat a lot. So one of my passions is to cook. I love to cook lamb chop with mashed potatoes and mushroom. I love to cook real spaghetti bolognese from Italy with the garlic bread, the real sauce, the real pasta, the real bread. I love to cook couscous from my country. I really love to cook and I invite my best friends in my house. And I love to eat a lot. But sometimes I have to stop to eat. So I stop to eat my weakness is the burger and the French fries.
Okay. That's your weakness.
Oh my God, I'm going crazy. So eat it out and sometimes I order McDonald's. So, double cheeseburger with French fries and Big Mac sauce and the Fanta. That's my favorite. That's really my favorite. But sometimes I have to leave it alone, and so I drink a smoothie and a boring salad and go to the gym. But I do that like 2-3 times, but I'm really a big hater. I like to eat. That's why I have the breasts and the legs and the ass. I like mashed potatoes and steak. But sometimes I have to leave it alone because I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
And when I was young, I don't have to do all that. I was very skinny when I was just sang with Sunny Music. I was 25 years old. I was like that. But after 40...
I know. I get it.
After 40, something changed. And the breast and the ass. Oh, my God. I have to go run. So I did have to go run a little bit. But I still enjoy myself. But I know also to leave it alone. I don't want to do burger, mashed potatoes, and pizza all the time. Sometimes, I force myself to just get a boring salad and soup and go to the gym. But it's not really part of my character. I really like food.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn, Sage Capri. I like to eat.
Yeah.
And a good red wine.
Wait, I do want to ask you before you leave.
Yeah.
What is your morning routine? Do you have a
God.
routine of what you do
Yes,
every
of
morning?
course,
Can
of
you
course.
share it with us?
Oh man, it's crazy.
Okay, I want to know. Yes, I want to know.
You know, I'm in Dubai, in Paris, so I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my office, so the studio is in Sino, 4 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Open the computer, so what is all these crazy people are putting me online. It's crazy. So take that, take the email. So it's like 4, 5, 6 o'clock, do a lot of coffee. Do my prayer, pray with my little baby. You, my little wonderful Bishop. Then I adopt him for the shelter. In 2001, the best dog in my life. I love him so much. I'm doing that. And after that, I go into the gym. And after that, I come back and I cook lunch, dinner, you know, for my family, for my husbands, that kind of things. That's what I'm doing when I'm in LA. When I'm in Paris, when I'm in Dubai, when I'm in Miami, it's only about me, you know. Just walk on the beach, go to the gym, do a photo shoot, do a music, do a concert. But in Sino, it's only about family. Yeah. And the little baby, you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So depending on the city that you're in, depends on your morning routine.
Yeah, but LA is hard. When wake up at 6 o'clock, you know. It's,
Yeah.
LA is heavy.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of energy in here. It's
Yeah.
very heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it. I've been here like for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What before you leave, any words of advice you can give to someone who may be listening or watching, maybe in a funk with COVID?
Yeah. Do never listen nobody. Don't listen nobody, because people just tell you, oh no, don't do that. Oh no. You know, I make what I am, you know, and I'm a little on, you know, humble journey, because I did not listen nobody. Everybody say, you're not good enough, you too fat, you too black, you Arabic, you American, you French, you're not rich, you're not pretty enough, this and that. Fuck you. I'm still doing what I want to do, what God tell me what to do. Do not listen people. Because people are just going to say, yo, you cannot make it because you're not pretty enough. You don't have the claws. You're not a blondie girl with a beautiful eyes, and you know your father is not a big producer. No, just do what you want to do, and you know, with your heart, with your soul. I think really to make it, don't listen nobody. Of course, in certain point you have to listen to executive, whatever. But in the first part, just listen your heart and your soul and what God tell you. Yeah, just feel your soul and your heart. Only. Because people always tell you you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. I never listened to that, because where I come from, it was already nothing. So when you know I'm nothing, you just do, they always say, oh, what you doing? No, it's not good. You don't, okay, all right. They was laughing about me, you know. They was laughing because I was very ugly, and I had no hair. And I was, you know, all that kind of things. And I did on my own. And now I'm like, ha, 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 ha. Mwah. I love myself and I love God so much. Yeah.
Oh, I love the self-love. I was going to ask you that. So knowing that, how do you let go of those thoughts, of those conversations, of things that you've heard people say, and say, kind of,
Every
look
day.
at me now.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, they're still doing the same shit on
Yeah.
Instagram. Say you too fat, you ugly.
Yeah.
You do, you that. I don't care, because I look at them and say, okay, I see it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life. I love God. I love my friends. I love my fans. You have to be focused on yourself.
Yes.
And you know, listen the message of God and the universe, and be so thankful, grateful about, you know, the journey and what God give it to you. No matter what people say about you and this and that, and you don't have it in the first place, because we born different way, you know.
Yes.
Like me as an orphan or whatever, you know, it was very, very hard for me as a me girl and as an orphan, and especially try to make in the show business. Because I know, you know, guidance, and I did everything on my own. You know, when I meet Ike and Gina, you know, Ike, very, very bad for us, passed away. You know, so we did a couple of shows, but after that it stopped, and also Tina, and like 81 years old, retired, and just take care of his own health and his husband and his own life. So you just have to do it on your own. So I didn't know have that kind of support, not from my father-in-law, not from my mother-in-law, but it's fine because my fans base in Europe and France is just amazing, and God was there. So like I say, you always have to go with the flow and your heart, and don't listen people. If you really want to come back to you questions, don't listen people, because people are gonna say you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, you're not rich enough, you're not tall enough, you're not. No, I don't care about what you say. I'm gonna do me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I have a French accent. Sometimes it's hard for me to say the right word, but I think people can understand. Yeah. Yeah, I think life is beautiful, and the fun is amazing, and God is amazing. Of course, you have to fight very, very much. It's not easy. That was still for me. It was, and it's still very, 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 very. You get to very difficult. You got to be. You don't have nothing to lose. When you don't have no more than the father and have nothing, you have to fight for. I wish I would have everything for me to make. A mother will do my hair, a father will produce me, pay my studio. It didn't happen for me. But it's good because they make me who I am, and maybe I can relate like the guy was on my stay this morning.
Both my parents passed away. So when you talk, I know because I'm walking in those same shoes. So I know what it's like. It's a loss that.
But they passed away when you was young too.
No. My dad died at the start of COVID. And my mother died 8 years ago from cancer, breast cancer. Died in a matter of 3 months.
But it's still very heavy.
Oh my gosh, still heavy. It's I tell people.
You have a brother and sister.
I have a sister and a brother. Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard.
Of course.
Yeah, it's hard walking around when you don't have a parent or parents.
Yes.
It's a different lifestyle
Absolutely.
of walking around in life. So I know what you're saying. I'm not just asking you. I know because I experience it. So when I'm asking you things, trust me, I'm coming from a place of.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
thank you.
It's very bad. But
Yeah.
everybody, a lot of people are going through to that, and we have to stay strong and pray.
Yeah.
Very sorry to hear about your loss, especially plus for COVID.
Oh, breast cancer or
Your father was COVID?
No, my dad died at the start of COVID. He had a brain tumor. It was not related to COVID, just literally the very start of COVID.
Right.
My mom died from breast cancer. So I've experienced loss.
What was his age?
My mom would kill me if I said her age on the radio. But she was older.
Yeah.
But she would have a fit, so I would honor her.
No, but I lost so many people, friends with, I don't like to say the names because I'm very spiritual. What you just talked about.
I'm spiritual too.
Yeah, I'm scared to say it too.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about death and I don't know if
I have a lot of friends got that same things, and it's so scary. They lost their hair, and they say like, "Oh my God, this is too much." That's why I cannot say the word. I would like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
This stuff is very, 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 very serious.
Oh, it's serious. Once you,
they're like, "Oh my God," it was, and a lot of people like women very strong. Mm-hmm. This gone, this and that, and this going on.
And you got to keep going.
And they back and say, "Oh my God, it's just beautiful."
That was how my mom, until the day she literally took her last breath, she was still working and maneuvering. And I mean, honestly,
and when they lost all this and that, they were like, "Oh, like you get to be so courageous to deal with that."
Yeah,
really.
But I've learned in this what loss really means. And for me, the death part, I've learned that life really does go on. I'm super spiritual. So I feel my parents' spirit around me. Yeah. I can hear, I
feel that.
And I lead by that. I'm literally walk through life from a spiritual sense. And
understand?
In that sense, it helped me. This time when my dad died was a little bit, I was able to accept it differently because I've been through so much before. So to your point, when you go through things, it prepares you for the next step.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, man, the breast, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I meet so many friends that one was very devastated. That's why I cannot see the name of that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Some, I don't know, make it, but like, don't want your hair. This,
yeah.
it's like,
It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They deal with it. They
Yeah,
deal with it.
it's a lot to do. You got to have a tight circle. Back to your point of the circle and who you're around and
Well, I don't wanna
yeah,
do it no more, yeah.
and everything. Well, that went by so fast.
Yes.
I so enjoyed you. I
too,
thank
my
you for
dear.
being here with us. If someone is interested in following you on your journey, how can they go about doing that?
Well, you just go on afida.com and you just go on my Instagram and my next TV show. And of course, the wonderful show on the journey with Shawn Zanotti. And we'll have more next. And it was just amazing. I enjoy it.
I enjoyed this too. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for you to having me. And it's no thanks for you to having me. It's thanks for you to have these wonderful conversations about all that great things.
Thank you.
It means a lot to me.
Oh, me too. I know it came from your heart. And so that for me is everything.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Journey Told Show. I'm going to leave you with words that my father has often said to me as we're just talking about my dad in spirit, and that is to remember to be the best you that you can be. Yes. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Until next time, folks.
Hello, everybody. This is Afida Jenner. I'm finally back in Los Angeles. I was in Paris, Dubai, in Miami. Of course, everything is very close right now, but I'm very happy to be on the journey with a wonderful host and friends, Shawn. And we are on the journey right now. Make sure you keep in touch. You'll be on my story on Afida Jenner. And of course, on all the wonderful talk show to this wonderful lady. We love you very much. Keep in touch. Mwah! Much love from Paris, Los Angeles, and the journey tonight. Mwah.